Ahoy, shipmates! Almost there, the old voice. Had a slight delay. Queen Anne was supposed to depart at 4:30. She's now moved up to 5 o'clock. She radioed in at 4:45 and said she was going to leave early. Now she's leaving slightly late again. Not quite sure what's going on there. Apparently the pilot radioed in and said he was winding her up and about to leave at any moment. So it's 3 departures today. We have the Queen Anne, Cunard's Queen Anne at 5 o'clock. P&O's Arvia at 5:30. And then at 6:15 we have Queen Mary 2. Now, the reason this is going to be quite a good one, I think, is if we look at the map. Now, we've got the Queen Anne at the further end of the port, 102, I think she's at. She's going to reverse down here, do a little spinny, and then head on out. And so she'll be passing Queen Mary 2. Now, I think when the 2 Cunard ships pass, there's going to be a good deal of honking. We're here. Wind conditions are pretty good. It's going to blow the noise towards us, and Queen Mary 2 is facing us. So we might not hear too much from Queen Anne, but we'll definitely hear a lot of honkage from Queen Mary 2. And we all like a bit of haulage, don't we?
BDS, Queen Anne, we're single up, letting go very shortly.
Queen Anne VTS, yep, see you singled up there, and letting go shortly.
Yes, Sam, thank you. We're clear to go.
Yes, cleared.
Thank you.
There we go. She'll be on our screens shortly. Ahoy in the chat. Oh, we've got plenty of shipmates in the chats. Who have we got in the chat? Ahoy there, Barbara. Ahoy there, Leslie R. Oh, it says beautiful day. Oh, I looked at the weather, then I didn't look at the any of the figures. Oh, it's a little breezy. A little breeze picked up. I saw a kite flying earlier on box cam. And and then we've got 33 miles of nautical visibility. It's a bit it is a bit hazy. It's not perfectly clear, but it's not bad at all. 17.5 degrees centigrade. It really does feel like summer has started. I was out on the Iron Horse earlier. It was quite hot, I have to say, especially when I was in traffic. It doesn't have air conditioning, does the Iron Horse. There, Hilary Fletcher. He's on the Fide coast. Oh, sorry, I thought I heard a horn again. Shipmate Leslie R says Captain Carnaby on Arvia used to be captain on the Cunard, so hoping there will be plenty of haulage between Cunard and P&O. Well, that'd be great. More haulage the better. Ahoy there, Tizzy C. Ahoy there, Neil Mundy. Ahoy there, Land Rover 1965. I think he was off to Exbury for a car festival today. Lovely day for it, shipmate. Did you go on your Land Rover, your 1965 Land Rover? And if you did it break down? That's the question we want to know. Ahoy there, Simon Doyle. Ahoy there, Georgina. I was saying it's a lovely day in a sunny Herefordshire. Yeah, I think it's been a lovely day everywhere. Ahoy there, Mrs. AEO. Oh, I can't get my words out today. Oh, what did she say? Still at work. Oh, dear, shipmate. Not very good. Ahoy there, Gary Ball. Gary Ball's over in sunny Hythe, just the other side of Southampton Water. Ahoy there, Johnny B. Ahoy there, Edward Coates. Ahoy there, Jonathan Smith from Cork. Doesn't say whether it was sunny or not in Cork. I'm going to just assume it is. And Neil Mundy said, "Don't get your band up." Oh, yeah, good old. Well, I'm only 8 minutes into the broadcast. Why not? In case you're wondering, shipmates, I am the captain of the YouTube channel Solent Ships, broadcasting you live and direct from the port of Southampton.
Arvia VTS, good evening. Information: Queen Anne has now let go her last lines and lifting off the berth and swinging outward.
Understood. Queen Anne has let go her lines and is moving off the berth now. Thank you.
See, the Arvia is due way at 5:30. So by the time Queen Anne comes down, swings around here, gets it pointed in the right direction, heads on out, it'll be quite close to 5:30, I suspect. So Arvia will need to make sure that she doesn't leave and crash into Queen Anne, because that would be bad, wouldn't it? Right, we're looking down towards the STC-5, the container ship there. Oh gosh, yeah, still can't get my voice working properly just yet. Paul from Love Cruises sent over some sample pricing on Queen Anne. I always like to look at some of these. Now, I thought this one was reasonably good price, and this is with Michel Roux. So it's 7 nights, Southampton to Southampton, and going to the fields, calling it Stavanger, Olsen, Olden, Inforden.
Jumbo, Vicious, yeah, good evening.
Norfolk, and then Hawksand, and then back to Southampton with Michelin-starred Michel Roux on board. I wonder if he'd be doing any cooking for you. And that would be a treat, wouldn't it?
That's all received. We've got the 3 dredgers there. Apart from her, the Anna 7 miles south east of the tower, doing about 3 knots in with it.
And another one here on Queen Anne. This is the Atlantic coast and Iberia. Southampton to Southampton again, of course, my best idea of a cruise. That calls it La Coruna for the Santiago de Compostela. Gijon, Bilbao, day at sea, pop into Cherbourg if the French aren't on strike, and then back to the wonderful port of Southampton. Shipmate Shepherd Book says, who is Michel Roux? Very famous French chef. Oh, looks like I've got hints of Queen Anne on the screen now. Land Rover 1965, who went over to an Exbury car show today. I don't know if he said he took his Land Rover, but he said it didn't break down anyway. Quite good, jolly good shipmates. I mean, you do wonder, because it was quite a hot day, and you know it's like having used a car for a long time. You're stuck in traffic while they do like to overheat, don't they? So this is the stern of Queen Anne we're seeing. Where is Queen Anne off to? Is she off on? Well, I don't know where she's off to. Hang on, let me just bring up my other camera. No, nothing yet. What's I looking at? Queen Anne. Queen Anne's. She's off on a 14-day Scandinavian round trip.
7, good evening. Yes, please.
Thank you very much.
So this is a bit like the Fjord trip, except this is a 14-day trip. Prices from this start from 2,700. Calling in at Hamburg in Germany, then Copenhagen in Denmark, then Visby in Gotland, Ireland, Sweden, then Tallinn in Estonia, Helsinki in Finland, Aarhus in Denmark, then back to Hamburg, Germany, and then all the way back to Southampton. What's a good number of destinations there? Tallinn would be interesting. So you've got Tallinn, Helsinki, Gotland, Ireland. I've been to Denmark and Aarhus, but anyway, I think you get the idea. There we go, and that's the, obviously, we talk about Michel Roux, Michelin star chef, a French chap. He's seen quite a lot on British television. I think he's got a restaurant here. I can't think which one he's got. It's not the Gaffer Roche, was it? Yeah, it is the Gavroche. I was right. Yes, I think he's closed the Gavroche, though. Yes, it closed its doors in January last year. So he's obviously taking his retirement by working on cruise ships. Gavroche was a very fancy restaurant in London. I believe at some time or another it was probably the best restaurant in the world at some point. So there we go. That's a cruise. 679 on inside cabin on Queen Anne. Hello, what's down there in Mayflower Park? There's a big lorry. Oh, I think we've got the Berlin Circus or something. I saw some signs for it in town. There we go. She's coming past. Well, she's coming past. There's another ship just behind her. Oh, the RCC Antwerps. That's just to our right. I think that might be the Berlin Circus. Let's have a look, shall we? We've got Zoom capabilities. We should use them. Let's have a look. What is it? It's just an American style. Okay. American themed truck. Now we go. There's Queen Anne. I quite like spotting people on their balconies on the Queen Anne or on the Cunard ships, especially that are in their complimentary bathrobes. Can't see any today. Quite a lot of people up on deck. I mean, what a beautiful day for a sail away. And I suspect they're up on deck so they can get a jolly good view of Arvia and then, of course, Queen Mary 2, which they'll be sailing right past. There we go. Got that sorted. Shipmate Wayne Tarrant says Queen Anne looks like Queen Elizabeth. Yep. I see what you mean, shipmate. There is definitely a similarity there. Shipmate Johnny B says looks like a fairground vehicle. Yeah, I think it's the Berlin Circus or Circus Berlin, something like that. I saw some signs around town. I didn't pay too much attention.
Yes, Red Eagle, Northwest Netley, inwards, and permission to continue, please.
Eagle, yes, please. Queen Anne swinging off the berth 101, and once she's clear, Arvia be under.
All copied. Yeah, looks like we got the legs on the end, so we'll carry on in. If necessary, we'll tuck in and get them off the ocean dock.
Forward, see, thank you.
There we go, shipmates. There she's on her way. She's going to spin. I think she's going to spin clockwise. Shipmate Terry says it's a circus. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought I saw some signage, but it looks a bit smoky down there, doesn't it? I saw some signage. Oh yeah, Matt King says circus in Mayflower Park from 30th of April to the 11th of May. Oh, thanks, Matt. Oh, Hicks up Blue Spanners. They're very well informed. Oh, shipmate Gordon Vegas says. You're not receiving notifications. Oh, well, better check you are subscribed, because I have heard of people being unsubscribed. And I probably should check your notification status as well. A couple of I saw a shipmate from the Isle of Wight saying it was very sunny. I think it's going to be sunny everywhere from what I can see. Because I noticed there's a shipmate from Devon. From a sunny Devon. Then after that we've got P&O Arvia departing. Hello, looks like we've got someone with a flag up there already. Oh, what is that? It's black with yellow. Gosh, I can't. Trouble is, it's blown away. I'll keep my eye on that. I think that's a. Yesterday we had. Oh, what flag do we have? I've forgotten what county flag it was now. Yorkshire, was it Yorkshire? Or was it something? No, we had something peculiar, didn't we? I can't remember what it was. But an interesting flag. I hadn't seen that one before.
Yeah, Lord Jim, Vita.
Oh, see, I'm just about seeing a bit more of the flag. It's black with yellow.
Yeah, that's all I see, thank you. Well, you'll see all the cruise ships up here. So the Queen Anne is swinging off her berth. She'll be followed by the Arvia and then the Queen Mary. So make sure you keep clear of these vessels.
I wonder who that was. Couldn't pick them up on the radio. Cumberland, Alanson Dixon. Good memory, shipmate. The Cumberland flag. That's right. Yeah, that was a good flag. 3 roses. Or no, they weren't roses. They were a flower I'd never heard of before. Oh, hello. Oh, got a bit more of a view. Oh. I don't know. It looks like a tennis ball or something. Am I not seeing that properly? Bit of a challenge for the old eyeballs. Go back. Definitely see something though. Not very big on my screen. I need a bigger screen. I can't see it. I'll put my readers on in a second. Well, the shipmate Lynn Burt says, lovely down in Gosport. Lovely and sunny. I was just down in Gosport this afternoon, shipmates. I went to the Submarine Museum. and also saw the Mary Rose and Warrior and my shipmate Tiger. He was on the boat that I last did a film on. I've forgotten its name, the World War II high-speed torpedo boat. I'm just testing my outside microphone. Very windy. Yes, I enjoyed that. There's actually so much to see. I reckon if you go down to the Navy exhibition or the Naval Historic Portsmouth visits thing, there's so much to do there. Now I think you need to take probably 2 or 3 days to do it properly. Yeah, seeing the Mary Rose was interesting. I remember when I was at school, we watched that live on television as the Mary Rose was raised from the bed in the middle of the Solent. Remember that very well. Remember going down to Portsmouth to see the Mary Rose, and last time I was there, they were still spraying it with water to try and preserve the wood, because once you take it out, it just rots and falls to pieces. So they have to spray it with water with something in it, glycol, something like it is, which then absorbs into the wood and strengthens it so that you can see it. Great place to go ship spotting though, down at Mayflower Park here. Look at that, you get really close to the ships. Bow of that ship looks like ice cream distance away, doesn't it? It's not quite as close as that, but it's pretty close.
BTS, Arvia.
Ah, we got the Arvia.
Arvia, yeah, evening.
BTS, Arvia, yeah, good evening, Sam. So, gas station's on 46 bar. We'll be swinging past starboard, south dockhead. Maximum draft is 8.8. No reported defects. Next port, La Coruña, Spain. Total crew on board 1667. Passengers 5561. Giving a total of 7228 plus myself.
Oh yeah, that's all received, thank you. So the Queen Anne's just currently swinging off 101, so it's about 2/3 of the way through the swing. And then the Queen Mo 2, she'll be away 18:15 after you've passed.
Copy, thank you.
There we go. We've had numbers early. Had numbers from the ship before it's even left. Arvia's called in with the numbers. Passengers 5561.
St. Malo, thank you.
And crew 1667. I would think that that's a relatively full ship. Look at that. We've got beautiful views here
Oh, we go, yeah, evening, mate.
of Queen Anne spinning in front of us. Just distracted by a bit of my software.
And that's all received, thank you.
Hoy ship Edward Coates asking for passengers numbers on Queen Anne. Nothing from Queen Anne yet, or potentially I've missed it while I was doing something else. Shipmate Johnny B agrees with Nicholas. Yes, the Submarine Museum. Yes, I only really popped into the Submarine Museum quickly because I happened to park there and took the little free ferry across. And I popped my head in the way back, and I found that on one of the ships, one of the submarines that went to the Falklands, the only person to have a cabin all to themselves was the captain. Most appropriate, I thought. Yes, it was interesting seeing the Mary Rose. The bit that I found quite amusing was there was a little video telling you the history of Queen Mary and of Mary Rose and where she was found, and the chap who found her. And the chap who found her set up to try and find all the wrecks in the Solent, but particularly the Mary Rose. And he called his endeavour the Project Solent Ships, which made me chuckle. I might just pop the outside microphone on because I'm anticipating haulage. So apologies for if there's a bit of annoying street noise, but we don't want to miss that, do we? still got some wavers over here. I still can't work out what's on this flag. Oh, hang on. Hang on, hang on. Is that a rubber duck, do you think? Is it a pirate rubber duck? I think it's a pirate rubber duck. Oh, blimey. I've not had a pirate rubber duck before. I wonder what that's from. Maybe it's from some television program or something. Yeah, looks like Queen Anne's almost completed her swing now.
Yes, Queen Anne, all swung, pit her buoy, outbound.
Queen Anne, thank you.
I hear a bus. Buses are very noisy. I'll turn the sound off. Shipmate D 1986 says, "Are you going to live stream somewhere to catch the Bergin ship coming into Portsmouth? I think in July." I don't know what the Bergin ship is, shipmate. You'll have to let me know. I'm not familiar with that ship. Very sunny, isn't it? I don't want to complain about the sun, but it's very sunny. Oh, Johnny B says the rubber ducking convoy. Gosh, that takes me back a few years. I know, just we've currently got one of the red funnel ferries is holding station at the end of Town Quay Pier. They'll get a great view, won't they, of anything that goes on. In fact, it's got a view of Queen Anne. No, signal's not good enough. Need to do something with my signal. Well, the shipmate Monty Burns Wakey says an old colleague of his departed on Ione yesterday. He missed the stream. Well, that's not very good, is it, shipmate? But you can watch it on catch up or rewind or whatever you want to call it. My ears are twitching. Well, then, News Girl 100. Hope you're doing well. Don't know if you've got any cruises planned this year, News Girl. I know you normally do. Well, the shipmate Wayne is asking about Junction Cam. Well, Junction Cam is currently pointing at a roof because they're on next. The building it's connected, it's installed on, is currently have some work done on their roof, and it's got lots of scaffolding up there, so it can't see anything. So as soon as that's off, I will correct it. But at the moment, it's out of my hands. There is Queen Anne coming along. I don't know what it sounds like. Sounds windy. Yeah, it is a little windy down there today. It's got an interesting location for the bridge on the front of Queen Anne. It's sort of in the middle of the superstructure. I normally expect it to be higher up.
BT, Jets, afternoon, Southampton.
Red Jet 7, yeah, afternoon to you. Queen Anne just about to pass you out of bounds, and she's clear. The Arvia will be ready to go from the ocean dock. Dock head at the moment 0.44.
044, yeah, copy that. Not out the reds then, thank you.
Thank you.
044. That's a very low tide. So when he said not outside the reds, if the ships are on the main channel, often the ships will go outside the reds, the red markers going down the channel to give them a bit more space. But when the tide's that low, you don't want to go outside the reds. Shipmate, so News Go 100. Oh yeah, she's off to the fjords, hoping for a catch up at Dancing Man in July. Excellent, shipmate. Look forward to that. Been a while. Not sure if that was last year or the year before. We managed to catch up. So that's the Red Eagle coming in. Queen Anne is going past Town Quay Pier. This is from Town Quay Camp. Shipmate Christie says, amazing week to go cruising. No, that's true. I don't remember where she's going. I think she's going to the fields. Oh, let's have a look. And it's a 14-day round trip to Northern Europe and Scandinavia. Oh yeah, that'll be absolutely fantastic. Calling at Hamburg, Copenhagen, Visby, Gotland Island in Sweden, and Tallinn in Estonia, Helsinki in Finland, Aarhus in Denmark, then back to Hamburgers in Germany, and right way back here to the wonderful port of Southampton. That is a good cruise. Just about to disappear behind. Oh, there you go. There's Queen Mary 2 down there. So I'm hoping that's going to be a blast of horns. Better not disappoint me. I should be upset. Looks like quite a few people on board. Haven't had any numbers yet. I've already had numbers for Arvia. They seem to be a bit tardy with the numbers on Queen Anne. Oh, hello, I see a flag. Hello, hello. What is that? Oh, I shall use the other camera when you come past, because that's a little tricky to see. It looks like it's blue. It's blue and blue. Definitely very visible. Not quite sure what it is. Getting some good flags these days. Right, let's get this other camera going. Well, I've definitely heard that, that's for sure. There's Queen Mary 2, and that's the stern of Arvia. Don't know if we got it on the other cameras. No, not very good sound on this one. Slightly disappointing. That well, in the sound of honking was excellent. Yeah, I've got an outside camera down on the pier, but it's not doing very well. The picture quality is not very good for some reason. Lack of internet, lack of 4G signal. That's the problem there. Shipmate Nicholas says, which is the really deep horn? I think that's Queen Mary 2's got the, or it could be Arvia, if Arvia was hooting it. I know that Iona and Arvia have really deep, quiet horns, but the Queen Mary's and Queen Mary 2 and Queen Anne have a real sort of party horn. That's that's Arvia honking there. Be a spot of red funnel in there. Car horn. Yep, definitely horns. Heard that one very clear today. The wind was in the right direction for us. Yeah, finished for a little while. It's pretty good. I think that's the best horns we've had for a while. I might have to do a horn guide to the ships of Southampton. That's probably the best hornages we've had for quite some time. There we go, we've got the Queen Anne. They are going past the stern of Queen Mary 2. Got to put my camera on. Move the wrong camera. Move the camera. Catch the ship. Net the cam. Right. I was distracted with all that honking. Right, the next away, with any time soon, should be Arvia. She's radioed in. She's given us some numbers. And we've got somebody on board flying a yellow rubber ducky flag. And they're looking forward to a good cruise. The weather is absolutely perfect. Oh, gosh, yes, it is a low tide. Yeah, that's a very low tide down there in Netley. Shipmates talking about the Queen Mary's hordes in Long Beach. So I can actually get a bit of a view from the other camera. It's perking up a bit now. So there's Arvia, the Red Eagle, I think, the Red Kestrel, Queen Mary 2, and then on the far right, Queen Anne.
Challenger 1, Southampton VTS.
Shipmate Emma Field says Pirate Rubber Duck is Nana and Grandpa on Arvia.
Challenger 1, that's all we'll see, thank you.
Excellent. Well, we can spot them. Nana and Grandpa are up there waving. They would have had best seats in the house for the honking earlier. Unfortunately, we can't see past Red Falcon to see when the lines are coming in for Arvia. What should we do now, then? She doesn't look like she's moving at the moment. Holiday shipmate Cynthia Every says that must be the best combination of ships for honking. Those captains were just having so much fun. Yep, that's quite really. Oh, hello from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I don't think we've had many shipmates from South Africa before.
Queen Anne, Western Shelf out, thank you.
Yeah, we've got a whole collection of red funnel ferries here. The Queen Mary 2 there, you can see, and just in the background between the two ships, the Queen Anne going out, the red funnel. I was watching her on Netley Cam, but I'm not getting a particularly good view on Netley Cam. Something to do with that sun being in the wrong place in the sky. Very annoying, isn't it? There you go. Quite a lot of pleasure traffic out today. Perfect conditions for it. Nana and Grandpa apparently are up there with their yellow rubber ducky flag. Oh, he says he's Grumps, not Grandpa. Don't want to upset a Grumps. Let's go back. Well, actually, what should we do now? Let me think. There's Arvia, that's the ocean terminal, that big silver sausage there at the bottom of the screen. Let's go back to Arvia. What's next? Arvia's due away, and then 6:15 Queen Mary 2, reasonably straight afterwards. Fairly busy day. And we're still at 17.5 degrees C. Beautiful weather. I might have to go to the Dancing Man later, grab myself a cheeky pint of one of their pipes. Pint of stovepipe, I suspect. Oh, well, shipmate Ruth Herbel. She's from Port Elizabeth too. Gosh, there's a bit of a Port Elizabeth reunion going on. I'm not seeing any movement yet. Just thought I'll show you some quick prices before I forget. This is on Queen Anne, the ship we're looking at now, with Paul, our channel sponsor for Love Cruise. Inside cabin from 679 for 7 nights up to the Norwegian fields with Michel Roux, Michelin-starred chef who used to own Le Gavroche. But he closed it. He just closed it last year. He said he's getting too old. I also, what I thought was interesting, he didn't even want to sell it because he didn't think anyone else could do as good a job as he could. So that was it. Once it was finished, it was finished. It was closed. Also, this is an alternative one here, down to La Coruna and Bilbao.
Southampton, busiest, main gas, all secure, portside 2, berth number 140.
I guess all the same, thank you.
Popping into Cherbourg as well, and that's from 699 on Queen Anne. Next away is the Arvia. She's due away. Well, she's a bit late still. They've been a bit troublesome with their lateness today. Got some sample pricing here in Arvia, and I was looking at this one earlier, and I'm actually thinking I might have to contact Paul and get him to book me in on this one. So this is sample pricing here on Arvia, 14 nights, which looks good to me. Calling it La Coruna, Mallorca, France, Barcelona, Cadiz, back round the corner to Cadiz, back into Port Solent. 14 nights from $999 per person. I'd probably just take the inside cabin option. I'd be out on deck all the time anyway. Oh, I think that looks good value. Oh, another P&O one. Short break on Ventura, Farm 529. Quite a difference in price, isn't it? You can go for a short break for 4 nights for 529, or 14 nights for 999. Assuming the boss gives you the time off work, of course. And that's just calling in at Amsterdam, overnighting in Amsterdam, which I think is good. I've noticed this year a few more ships overnighting rather than just visiting the ports, which I think is great, because sometimes you want to see the bars at night time, don't you? Enjoy the city. Oof, it's really struggling with the light today. I wonder why that is. Netleycam's just getting us only the merest hints of glare and shadows. Shipmate, use go 100.
Arvia, break away from 46 now.
Arvia, thank you.
New School 100 thinks that's a good price for 14 nights in Arvia. That's what I thought. I thought it was an excellent price for 14 nights. And it's a good time of year, good destination. I think that was Queen Mary too, echoing back. So that's Arvia's horns. She's off now. Where's she off to? Yeah, I hear you say. Where indeed is she off to? Only I could find out.
Call me Solent Ships, thank you. About 10 miles on Vignettes in the east, Angelina Amretti with Lee Spencer in Anchorage Farm.
Arvia is off on a 14-day round trip to the Mediterranean, Spain and France, calling in at La Coruna in Spain, Malaga in Spain, Alicante in Spain, so that's round the corner, into the Med now. Then a stop in Toulon, in Provence in France, Barcelona in Spain, then around the corner again, back to Cadiz, and then all the way home to the port of Southampton. Someone's comment there. Someone said, "Oh yeah, Shipmate Fears says prices are extortionate if you're a solo traveller." I know, it's a shame. You need to find a friend to go with, don't you? Really, because it does make it a lot cheaper. I've even heard from some of the shipmates that if you go, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at something. If you go on a cruise as a solo passenger, it's actually more expensive than it is for two, which does sound ridiculous to me. I thought I saw another flag, but no, I didn't. Shipmate Shepherd Book says today's going to spoil us for haulage. Yeah, it certainly is. Got a good sense of scale here. The Queen Mary 2 is not a small ship by any sense, but very different in volume compared to Arvia. A bit more haulage. Grumps and Nana are still up there with their pirate rubber ducky flag. It's very noisy on the street there. I need to get somewhere for a microphone to go. Oh, they're giving us a wave now. Oh, Grumps doesn't seem too grumpy, does he? Look, Arvia is now actually... There you go. Now she's starting to go backwards. Got quite the array of ships here. Well, the shipmate Caden said, is Queen Mary larger than Arvia? Difficult what we mean by larger. Interesting metric. So if we take, for instance, if we take the length of the ship, Queen Mary 2 is 345 metres long, and so is Arvia. So in that sense, they're both the same length. And then if you take the metric of gross tonnage, which is sort of volume of the ship, Queen Mary 2 is 148,000 gross tons, whereas Arvia is 184,000 gross tons. So as you see, Arvia is more of a bulbous ship rather than Queen Mary 2's long, narrow, sleek lines. She's an ocean liner rather than a cruise ship. So is the strap line for Queen Mary 2. So yes, they're the same length, but one is a great deal beamier. Also, Queen Mary 2 is actually a little bit wider, believe it or not, than Arvia. But probably one of the biggest differences is Arvia has a top speed of 17 knots, whereas Queen Mary 2 has a top speed of 30 knots, which is almost twice the speed. That's why she nips across the Atlantic, transatlantic.
BTS, Queen Mary 2.
And then we've got the Queen Mary 2 on the radio.
Queen Mary 2, VHS, yeah, evening.
Yeah, evening. Just going to check in a bit early. So, deepest draft 10.2. Starboard side 38.9. Swinging off the ocean down. Are you ready for figures?
Yes, I'm ready.
Queen Mary 2, yes, please.
Yeah, so passengers 1, 2, 4, 7. Crew 8, 2, 1.
Queen Mary 2, I repeat, is it 1, 2, 4, 7 passengers and 8, 2, 1 crew?
Yes, that's all correct. Vessels off to Le Havre, and looking ahead, we're planning on using deepwater route.
Queen Mary 2, that's all received. Give you the dockhead gauge is 0.75.
0.75. Okay, we'll be looking to get away here early, so as soon as Arvia is clear, we'll be breaking away.
That's all received, and yeah, she's just backing out the ocean dock now.
Thank you.
No, they always say they're going to leave early, and they very rarely do. I did hear him, I think I heard him say he was going to deep channel route. I don't know what that means. Does that mean he's going?
Yeah, station calling VChat.
Hello, I see a flag. I see 2 flags. Oh. Black day today. This one, though, I think I can identify. It looks to me like the Scottish Saltair.
Yeah, that's all received. What's your length overall?
Yeah, Scottish Saltair there. No one waving. Probably already headed down to the buffet or up to the crow's nest.
Yeah, that's all received. Yeah, just maintain watch on this channel, please.
I think there's potentially a flag there, but or it just be a towel. Maybe just a towel. Hairiest place to hang your towel. Well, the shipmate Terry says that Arvia is bigger in most aspects. Yes, I mean, if you talk about absolute length, no, they're both the same, but yes, wide, and not as wide as Queen Mary 2, which I was surprised at. I thought Queen Mary 2 was narrower. Shipmate Babs Ellis is looking forward to transatlantic crossing on Arvia in October. Are you off to the Caribbean for sort of 30 days or something, are you? I should have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. Arvia in October. Would you be going in October, transatlantic? Yes, it's 14 days to Bridgetown in Barbados. Oh. Or 22 days to St. John's in Antigua. All of those look rather good. Plenty of shipmates there out on their balconies. It's definitely a sort of balcony departure day. We are still over 17 degrees at almost 6 o'clock in the evening. It really does feel very summery. Look at that, all these people without their shirts on. No, we've got some waivers. It could be waving to someone on Town Quay. Well, the shipmate Babs Elias says great cruise. We did it last year. What did they do last year? They went to the Caribbean. Excellent. I'm thinking about doing it. A couple of shipmates have requested that I do another vlog series from a ship. So I have to think about that. It was quite. Got to admit, it's quite a lot of work, but it was enjoyable. Shipmate Newsco 100 says insurance is a bugbear as you get older. Friends suggest I use a broker instead of a price comparison site, and we save 20%. Well, that's good to know, shipmate. Ah, you used a broker rather than price comparison site. Oh, well, there you go. There are some values from using insurance brokers these days, apparently. One of our blue spanners was telling me that apparently if you need to be airlifted off a cruise ship, it's around about £6,000 to be airlifted off. So it's an expensive ride in a helicopter. Mrs. AEO says, did I miss haulage? My word, shipmate, did you miss haulage? Possibly the best haulage we've had. Am I going to say ever? Possibly not ever, but certainly this year. Definitely the best haulage this year. Shipmate Michelle Clark says, I have 2 friends on board Arvia. Little girl Isabel is 2 and is very excited getting on this morning. Wow, that'd be quite an experience, being 2 years old on a cruise ship. It would seem, I mean, it would seem huge, wouldn't it? I mean, they seem pretty big for me as a fully grown adult, but as a 2-year-old, it's probably the biggest thing you've ever seen. Well, the shipmate Robert Freed says, just back from weekend away, traffic was horrendous. People have been saying that you're not the only one to say that traffic was horrendous today. Look at that, the bow of Queen Arvia and Queen Mary. Let's see, get a little better shot of that, shall we? Yeah. Very distinctive front end Queen Mary too. Yeah. Good views today. I was deeply engrossed in watching my own YouTube channel. Well, this should make Keith Hitchinson says, when is my favourite webcam back online? The one of them building that has scaffolding blocking it. I don't know which one that is. It's Cruise Cam. I had a problem with Cruise Cam. I've now fixed it, so I'm now arranging to install Cruise Cam.
Yes, ready. Well, good afternoon. Shortly away from Ropair, outbound for Cowes, and intention to fly the Arvia after she's completed her swing.
Yeah, Cruise Cam should go up shortly. And then our Junction Cam and Junction Cam's looking at the roof.
And the next departure is Queen Mary 2 from 38.9.
Junction Cam needs.
Copy, thank you.
Yeah, Junction Cam needs to wait until the scaffolding's down on the roof. That's on.
Lord Jim Statham, DTS, bound. Lord Jim, BTS, I received your hook in, thank you.
There we go, there's the bow thruster firing up on Arvia. Where's Arvia off to? I did say earlier, didn't I? I've got a brain like a...
Raspberry, BTS, staff received and traffic information. Queen Anne, passing Forley, outbound for Channel vessel. And the Arvia should complete her swing, outside of Ocean Dock. And then Queen Mary 2, next departure, 18:15.
Yeah. Oh, you can see the shipmates. Has he got... Hang on. What's that? big hand? Are my eyes deceiving me, or is someone holding up a big hand? I've not seen... Now, that is quite impressive. I've not seen that before. It's like the cruise monkeys. They've got big yellow hands. That is a big hand. I wonder what it says. Oh, I can't read that. That's just too far away. How bizarre. I've never seen that before. I've seen online people in the Caribbean who miss their ships, and then from the bridge they wave big yellow hands saying, "Bye bye, you've missed us." But I've never seen it on the Well Bridge on a ship. We have had some ro-ros come up Southampton water, and the shipmates on board said, "Oh, we're on the ship." Zoom in on the stern. We zoom in on the stern, and you can see the shipmates waving from the stern as on and off their commercial ships, and their families back in the Philippines are watching, which I think is quite good. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Shipmate Leslie R says, "Oh, wonder if it's to wave at his counterpart on Queen Mary." Do you know what? That could be. That's a really good thought. Yeah, wave at the other shipmates. I have not noticed that before. How interesting. Looks like she's almost finished her swing. Shipmate, it's raining trips and cruises. Any numbers for Queen Anne? I think we did have some Queen Anne numbers, or did we not? We had Arvia numbers. We've also had numbers from Queen Mary 2. I think do we have Queen Anne numbers yet? I'm not sure we did. Or did we? I'm not sure, shipmate. I should write them down, shouldn't I? But I just put them in the chat, and then the chat's so large I can't find it. The shipmates, Liz McClacken said, "Looks like the roof is open." Oh yes, good spot. Yeah. I have not. This is one of the big differences between Iona and Arvia. They are basically sister ships, but Arvia is designed for the Caribbean market. So she has a few other features, one of them being this open top area.
BTS, that's the traffic information. Queen Anne past Forley, outbound to clear channel vessels. The Arvia just completed her swing outside of Ocean Dock for proceeding outbound. And the next departure, Queen Mary 2, 38 number at 18:15.
Well, the shipmate Annabelle Dash, she's when's your next live stream? Good question, shipmates. There's not a lot going on. There's two ships on Tuesday. I might do that, depends on my commitments. But there's one day I'm definitely doing, and that's May the 3rd. May the 3rd, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cruise ships departing on May the 3rd. So I'm hoping this time they will leave roughly the same time, because last time we had 5 ships. They departed slightly, one of them departed slightly early, off for a refit. Oh, with the shipmate Graham Robbins. Welcome aboard, shipmate. May, thanks for subscribing. We are just watching the departure of P&O's Arvia, heading off on a 14-day round trip. 14-day round trip to Spain and France, calling it La Coruna in Spain, Malaga in Spain, around the corner to Alicante in Spain, and then Toulon on the French Riviera, and then Barcelona, Cadiz, and then back to Port of Southampton. Here's an example of a similar cruise here. And this is in June time on Arvia, and it's only $9.99 per person. I appreciate that's an inside cabin, but if you're heading down that way, who needs a window? You can just be up on deck, save yourself £700 and go on 2 cruises. zoom into the P&O sign. Let's have a look. I could be able to. Although that's at your grumps. Bit of a tricky view now, a bit of an obscure angle. There it is, there's the P&O sign. Not sure who I'm looking for. A few shipmates up there. As I imagined, quite a lot of people out on deck, but not as many as I was thinking there would be. Maybe they've popped in for their rum-based cocktail already. Don't know if we're going to get any honking as Iona passes Queen Mary 2. I mean, that would be good. A little bit of extra honking for the day.
Queen Anne, yes, go out, my Town Quay, thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Well, I think I was just saying, I wonder if we'll have any more honkage, and there we go. Another blast or two. Fantastic. That's definitely right up there with one of our most honky days. Shipmate Steve Chambers is coming out and zooming into the P&O sign. I have zoomed in the P&O sign, shipmate. I can't really see anything, and now you're too far away. Sorry about that. Oh, shipmate Elizabeth Leopold says I can hear honking in my house down at the garden. Yeah, it's surprising how far the ship horns travel, especially if it's slightly windy. I think it's the red funnel joining in as well. I thought I could hear the red funnel. I think that might be it for the haulage. I don't want to say it is it because they just keep doing it. I'll turn the outside microphone off for a while. Well, there's Shepherd Book says, oh, how's Itchingham doing? Itchingham's okay. The Sailing Club updated their broadband service, their internet, and it's supposed to be faster, and I don't think it is, and it's progressively getting slower. So I've been talking to the club. We're going to try and work out what's going on with their internet there. There we go. You can get a general idea of the scale of these two ships. As you can see, Queen Mary 2 and Arvia are identical in length. Arvia is actually a little slender, but Arvia is greatly larger in volume, but not in horn volume. I think the horn volume goes to Queen Mary 2. She's definitely the puppiest. Well, the shipmate Samuel Phillips, oh, his parents are on board. Any chance of a zoom on the top deck? I'm afraid it's too far away now, shipmate. Too far away to see anything, I'm afraid. I'll have a quick go with one of the other cameras, but it'll be blurry.
City of London, Southampton VTS. City of London, Southampton VTS, Channel 12.
Yeah, you've probably been up there somewhere, but it's they're a bit too far away now. That's passing Dockhead.
City of London, Southampton VTS, could you go to Channel 09, please?
Ferry's having to wait. Shipmate Shepherd Books has had next burning question. Will Queen Mary 2 give us a horn solo? It's a good question, actually. I didn't hear which way she was going. I didn't know if she was going towards... if she's coming up to the middle swing ground, or if she's just heading straight out backwards. So if she's going backwards, she might give us a couple of blasts as well. I shall keep my ears peeled. I'm just going to... I have to make a quick trip to the galleys.
Arvia, Western Shelf, outbound, main channel to the east.
Arvia, VTS, Western Shelf, outbound, thank you.
Yep, as shipmate Jonathan Smith points out, Queen Mary 2 has the original Queen Mary horn on loan from, and the one from QE2, loaded up with horns. I think they're possibly the loudest horns in ports, although the Princess lines do a good job. I'm going to see if I can. I can't see any lines at the moment on Queen Mary 2 because Red Falcon's in the way, but I think she's moving. Oh, yeah, she's moving. Yes, she is moving, picking up some speed now. Well, Queen Mary 2, right, okay. Let's proceed with our evening. Example pricing, short break, 2 Bruges on Queen Mary 2. If you think Queen Mary 2 is out of your price range, how about that? 3 nights for $399 for an inside cabin. That's not bad, is it? Day at sea to explore, wander around the ship. Pop into Bruges, loveliest Bruges, one of the loveliest places in Europe. Know if we've got any more for Queen Mary 2. Yes, this is a little pricier. Interesting, again, an interesting itinerary. British Isles cruise, and that's calling in at Southampton. Obviously, sorry, not calling in, starting at Southampton, and then heading to Cork, Liverpool for a couple of nights. Isle of Mull. Now that is interesting.
Station calling VTS.
Oban, Invergordon, and then Queensferry. I mean, you wouldn't be spending a lot of money on fuel, but you should get a good experience. But this time, Queen Mary 2, where is she off to? Queen Mary 2 is off. She's off on a...
Station calling VTS. Currently, there are 3 outbound cruise ships, all clear channel vessels. One, the Queen Anne, currently at the Calshot Spit, outbound. And then behind the Arvia, up in the docks, and Queen Mary coming away from her berth at 38.9.
Oh, look at that. That's a fantastic place. That's where I would be, right underneath the bridge, pretending I was the captain. That's why, well, I was interrupted then by, well, a couple of things happened. Queen Mary 2, she's off on a 15-day round trip transatlantic crossing. Leaving the port of Southampton, popping into France, if the French aren't on strike, heading over to New York, then picking up some passengers, dropping passengers off, and then returning straight to Southampton. Oiler shipmate Green Fingers. Oh, he's asking, is there a cruise line with a better ship, better suited for single travellers with limited mobility? Good question. I don't. I'll ask some people in the chat to help you, but maybe Paul from Love Cruise might have a better idea. I would say, however, that when we went on Norwegian Aqua, there was a lot of single cabins. There's a whole area, single cabin area of studios, I think they actually called them. A lot more than you'd find on a normal ship, but they're all inside with no window. And from what I heard of people, is they were very compact, but they were perfectly livable. And then you had a sort of a big lounge area just for the solo travellers. So you actually, they weren't paying too much, and you got a solo cabin. There's quite a few people there, apparently, so they were really good. So that maybe Norwegian might be, some of the newer Norwegian ships might be a line for you there. But yeah, ask Paul from Love Cruise, he'd probably help you out. And as for the limited mobility, most cruise ships are generally pretty good. Although I would say that I think that the P&O ships are excellent for limited mobility, or especially the new ones, Arvia and Iona. All the doors are automatic doors, so you don't have to try and open the doors yourself. They're all self-opening electric doors. Queen Mary 2, 1,247 passengers on board, 821 crew. It has a maximum capacity of 2,726 passengers, so there'll be quite a lot of space on there. And normally she has about 1,253 crew. She's quite light on crew as well. A quieter sailing, this one. But yes, very distinctive ship. You notice the blue hull, or Cunard grey as it's called, is quite high. It's quite a high-bellied ship compared to some of the other cruise ships, which have cabins that seem to go all the way down to the water. Well, the shipmate Jonathan Smith says doesn't think he could do a whole 15 nights there and back. Actually, I was just talking about that, and I think one way would be great, like you say, but just there and back, it's 15 nights. It's a bit much for me as well, I think. Although I've been looking at the P&O cruise over to the Caribbean, 30-day one in January, I think it was. Might be tempted with that. Go over to the Caribbean and come back again. I'd have to vlog every day. Someone suggested I should do a 107-day world cruise, but that sounds like a lot of work to me. Just see the stern of Queen.
With caution, Queen Mary 2, coming away from her back.
That's our copy.
It looks like she's coming to the upper swing ground. Shipmate Michael Thomas says you need to advise the cruise line about your scooter size so you can get through the doors. Oh, good point there. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Wonder if we get to see the captain's cufflinks. Oh, yes, we can. So right on the bow of Queen Mary 2 are some spare propeller blades. More or less in the centre of your screen. A little difficult to make them out. But they're bronzy in colour, where you can see there's people standing. They aren't portholes. There are some portholes, but some of those things, I don't know if you can see, they're curvy objects, just a bit higher. Well, they're separate blades for the propeller, so if they happen to damage some propeller blades, they carry a whole selection of gold trinkety propeller blades right up there on the bow. Some say they're the captain's cufflinks, and some say they're the commander's cufflinks. I'm not sure. Cufflinks they are, no less. That's true. Well, the shipmate OC Aviation. So where's Queen Mary 2 heading off to? She's off to transatlantic, shipmate. First of all, popping into France, and then straight across to New York, then turning around, and then straight back to Southampton. So it's a 15-day cruise to Southampton, from Southampton via France and New York. And what a great way to arrive in New York by ship. I always wanted to do that. On my last cruise, I ended up doing that. Not by design. It was supposed to go into Boston, which nothing wrong with Boston. But I do much rather prefer New York. You can see also the bow on Queen Mary 2 is designed for much rougher seas transatlantic. The day we went across the Atlantic, Queen Mary 2 came back and said it was very rough. And Queen Mary 2 is designed for that sort of thing. Your average cruise ship isn't. Well, looks like she's starting with the bow thrusters. Yep, they've been fired up. Oh, wrong one. Short blast from the bow thruster. Looks like she's just holding stations here. Shipmate, I just saw it go past. Shipmate Jackie Miller. She thinks they don't allow P&O. They don't allow passengers on board with scooters unless you have an assisted cabin. Well, I suppose that makes sense. I would check carefully. Fired up in the old bow thrusters again. Paul from Love Cruise, our travel agent sponsors. If you're not in a wheelchair but can't walk far, a smaller ship like Fred Olsen, Aurora Arcadia, or Ambassador, or one of the ultra luxury small ships. Oh yes, I do like an ultra luxury small ship. Shipmate Steve Dunn says, "Remember when Queen Mary 2 left without a tender?" Yes, that was funny. They Queen Mary 2 left without a tender because they couldn't lift it back on again. The crane was broken, so they decided to leave. And then, as they were going down Southampton water, they were going to then use the other crane on the other side, but they couldn't get that to work either. And then, just as they were trying to work out what to do, the tender ran out of fuel, and the Queen Mary 2 had to stop and rescue it using a big front crane. It was quite an interesting scenario.
BTS Red Osprey, hooking.
Red Osprey, BTS, again, traffic information. The Arvia approaching Cadmus, and the Queen Mary 2 about to conduct her swing off of 38.9.
That's all copy, man. Osprey, evening.
Evening, Andy. Yeah, looks like we're going to meet off the BP jetty. If you like, we'll push over and see you green to green.
Yes.
Green it is.
Southampton VTS, Artemis Leader.
Artemis Leader, Southampton VTS.
Southampton VTS, Artemis Leader, yeah, very good evening to you. Starboard side 235, we've just started raising the ramp. 9.3 for Charleston with 23 on board.
Artemis Leader, Southampton VTS, status all received. And there's currently no traffic to Solent Ships inbound. Currently outbound between the Queen Mary 2 of 39.
That's all received. Slight change, 24 on board.
Artemis Leader, VTS 24 back. Queen and Southampton VTS. Queen and VTS. Question, what side of the tower are you going? North and east of the tower, thank you.
Looks like those gulls are hungry today. I would like to know what they're eating, whether it is bits of squids that are hiding in the bow thrusters or just a fish that's in the water. I'm guessing what happens is the fish are swimming along, out of care in the world, bow thruster suddenly starts up, you get sucked in, chopped up, and that's it, chopped up. Well, the shipmate Harvey Williams, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. And looks like she's almost completed her swing. And she's heading off to New York. And why is she going after that? Let's have a look. So she'll be back in Southampton in 2 weeks' time. And then... let's have a look. Let's have a look. Then she's going to New York. New York. New York. Quite a few transatlantics coming up. A few small one-day cruises. Yeah, she's pretty much based in Southampton, going to New York. Sort of looks like transatlantics with a short breaks in between to Rotterdam, and then transatlantic. Oh, this one's interesting. So on the 24th of June, she goes from Southampton to New York, and then to Newport, Rhode Island, then Boston, Massachusetts, then Halifax, Nova Scotia, then back to New York, and then back to Southampton. That's an interesting cruise, that one. I would imagine that quite a few Americans get on in New York and then do the northeast coast and then get off again in New York, and then the ship goes back to Southampton. So you get, I don't suspect you get two people doing the whole cruise. Perhaps they do. Oh, there's shipmate Charlotte Costello. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing.
Queen Mary 2, yes, swing complete, proceed now bound with traffic information. The red Osprey is approaching Greenland bound.
Thank you.
I don't think we're going to get any more haulage today. I think we've had all the haulage we can take.
BTS, Red Jet 7. Town Quay to Castleys.
Red Jet 7, DCS, that's authority, traffic information. Queen Mary 2 finished her swing 38.9 berth, proceeding outbound. The Arvia passing fully outbound near channel.
That's all copied. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be any more honks today. Now she's facing the right way. I think it's going to be clear. Sailing over to New York. Well, the shipmate Bobby Walters. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Well, the shipmate Andy Easom says, not shaking off your lurgy yet. I know, it's just lingering. It's lingering lurgy. I certainly noticed it after a broadcast. After I've broadcasted, my voice is quite sore. I must gargle with rum. I think probably is the solution to that one. Well, that's what the captain's orders are. Getting a great view if you are on the stern of Queen Mary 2. Lovely shipmates there. Lovely view of the port of Southampton. Setting sun in the background. Yeah, lots of shipmates on board. Oh, well, they should make Nicholas Hall says, the cruise on Queen Mary 2 at the end of June is the special 185th year anniversary voyage. Oh. Okay. Oh, right. That's the one from Southampton to New York and then up to Rhode Island Boston, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that. Thanks, shipmate. Well, the shipmate Matthew Robertson says he's noticed that many of the larger ships swing right over towards the Cowes before carrying on around the Isle of Wight. I assume this is due to depth. No, not at all. In fact, Celebrity Apex last year went past the Needles quite a few times. It's down to the choice of the captain if they want to go that way or not. I believe there was an incident some years ago, and since then they've been a little bit more cautious about it. But Celebrity Apex has been doing it. But no, you're right. Most of the ships head east around the Isle of Wight and not west. But it's great when Celebrity Apex does it, because we get some fantastic shots of Celebrity Apex passing the bright white Needles on a sunny day. Absolutely brilliant. Red Jet has decided, can't wait. Put the throttles down. Off she's gone. She'll be making a big wake for that little sailing boat. Spilling his gin and tonics. Shipmate Nicholas Hall says 185 years since the first scheduled Cunard voyage from Liverpool to Halifax. Excellent. Well, thanks for that, shipmate. I did not know. 185 years. Wow. It's quite a long time, isn't it? All right, there goes Queen Mary 2 past the dock heads, heading down Southampton water. I don't think she's going around the east. I think she's going to the east, not to the west. But she did say something on the water, on the radio, which I didn't quite catch. And there she goes past the dockhead. Well, the ship-based lordship says, can I recommend a good marine
Ready, Eagle. Look out.
marine handheld radio? Yeah, I've got a Cobra.
Ready, Eagle, BTS. Look out, thank you.
The Cobras are pretty good. They're waterproof. They float if you drop them in, and it flashes at various different prices depending on your requirements. But they're all pretty good.
BTS, Mercurius.
Curious, BTS.
Good evening, just getting underway from 45 round for the Artemis leader, slowly.
Curious, BTS, already, thank you.
Well, the shipmate Green Fingers says, I bet you're pleased to be eating normal bacon again, Captain. Yes, I certainly am. That's the weirdest bacon I've ever experienced. And I still haven't gotten to the bottom of it. Some people think it's turkey bacon, but I don't know why it wouldn't have, on the buffet, it should have said turkey bacon. And none of the menus said turkey bacon, they just said bacon. So I wouldn't mind if it was turkey bacon, but calling it bacon is just strange. In case you're interested, our group cruise is on Sky Princess. And that is on the 14th of October for 5 nights. We get 2 nights in Hamburg. I've already booked up my tickets to Miniature World because I missed it last time I was there. And if you're interested in some prices on Queen Mary 2, there's a very short 3-night one for $399 to Bruges. Or perhaps a 12-night British Isles cruise might be more to your liking. Interested in any of these? Contact Paul from Love Cruises. There's a link in the description of the video as well. Right, shipmates, I hope you enjoyed that one. I've got to say, I think that's probably the most honking we've had, definitely this year, possibly ever. It was excellent. Conditions were good. The wind was in the right direction. It wasn't raining. All of those great things. So I hope you enjoyed that one. If you haven't subscribed, please do think about subscribing. And also, if you are a PayPal donor, a Patreon member of the channel, my thank you very much. And of course, I'd just like to thank all the Blue Spanner crew, because they're excellent and they're in the help all the time, in the chat all the time, helping me out with things I keep forgetting. And they're very good. And also, they look after all the other live stream cameras. Right, I'm going to have to cut this a bit short because I feel my voice is becoming weak. Don't want to wear it out. So I'm not sure when I'll be back next, but definitely May the 3rd, because there's 5 ships on May the 3rd, possibly one in between. Right, till next time, shipmates.
Southampton VTS, Red Osprey. Good evening. It's Northwest Netlium. Permission to count at speed, please.
Red Osprey, VTS, you may proceed with caution.
Thank you. Proceeding with caution.
Tugs for the Artemis leader. I'm on 7-4.
Artemis leader, I'm curious, Roger. Red Osprey, Mercurius.
Mercurius, Osprey, evening.
Yeah, good evening. We're bound for 35 above. You happy to go green to green?
Yes, please. Green to green.
Thank you.
VTS, Southampton.
Southampton, VTS.
Yeah, good evening. That's us up and running. Like to let go and go up to SCT1 for the Navios Domino.
Southampton, VTS, already received. I'm passing information to the Red Osprey around the dockhead.
I'll receive, thank you.
VTS, okay.
Okay, VTS.
Here it is, just broke away from 37, make it back to SCT, the Navios departing.
Okay, VTS, already, thank you. Charlemagne, Southampton VTS. Charlemagne VTS, that's received. Could I have your draft and other presence on board? Charlemagne VTS, all received and traffic information. Coral methane outbound, south of the tower, approximately 5 nautical miles. And the Angelina Amaretti, inbound, approximately 4 nautical miles from the nav tower. They are going to nav anchorage number 5. Charlemagne BTS, further traffic information. The Queen Anne cruise ship outbound, passing through the fort. Queen Anne BTS between the forts outward bound. Thank you. Traffic information. The currently east of the tower, inbound for her pilot at Foxtrot at 1945. Queen Anne BTS, north and east of the tower, thank you. Boat Majestic, Southampton VTS. Majestic VTS, good evening. Question, would you like the Anne, who's currently by the nav tower, to proceed faster inbound so you can board her earlier? Majestic BTS, understood, thank you. Southampton VTS. Anna, Southampton VTS. You may proceed into your pilot station for your pilot boarding. Your pilot will be coming from the Queen and the outbound cruise ship. Southampton VTS, you may proceed into your pilot station. Your pilot will be coming from the outbound cruise ship, the Queen Anne.
Anna, Southampton VTS. Anna, Southampton VTS, traffic update, the Queen Anne at the forts outbound. This vessel will pass to the north and the east of the nav tower, over. Anna, Southampton VTS, that's all received. Will you be west? Will you be west of the Deepwater Channel? Over.
Southampton VTS, Artemis Leader, just about to let go from 35.
Artemis Leader, Southampton VTS, that's all received. No immediate traffic. Over.
Thank you.
Station calling Southampton BTS. Arrow Southampton BTS, that's all received. You'll be calling out St Helens and Wester Tower. One vessel inbound, the Anna. She's just passing Nabtown now inbound. She'll be coming into the Sturbridge, but we will be boarding her early. Over.
BTS, Queen Mary 2, book hotline channel, please.
Queen Mary 2, Southampton BTS, that's all received. Traffic update, the vessel Anna. She'll be boarding at the Sturbridge at 1945, but we are likely to board her early. Over.
Understood, thank you.
Red Jet 7, Southampton BTS, that's all received. Traffic information, Queen Mary 2, Calshot turn outbound, clear channel. Artemis Leader away from 35 berth outbound. Navios Domino, Southampton VT. Navios Domino, Southampton VTS, that's all received. Arrow, Southampton VTS. Arrow, Southampton VTS, still received. Traffic update, the Anna, approaching New Grounds Boy, inbound, over. Warship Time, Southampton VTS, that's all received. Traffic information, the Anna, approaching the New Grounds Boy, inbound for Southampton. Outbound, the Arvia, another bank boy. Queen Anne, Southampton VTS. Arvia, Southampton BTS. A traffic update, Warship Tyne, Portsmouth Channel outbound, C10 west of the tower. Inbound, we have the Anna, new grounds boy, in for Southampton.
BTS Mercurius, attention on the Artemis leader, going back to 45.
Mercurius, BTS, all received, thank you. Evening.
Good evening.
So to VTS, Artemis leader, high line out main channel to the east.
Artemis leader, Southampton BTS, all received, traffic update, Red Jet 7, tower shot light flow inbound, over.
All received, thank you.